Hello my friends, William Poloniak here again from Whole Health Foundation. In today's video I'm going to do a stress test on the new Zero Blowback cutter with mostly dandelion greens and parsley, which are both very difficult to shred. And let's look at the rest of my ingredients. I have collard greens, 1 cucumber, ginger, 1 medium-sized beet, and 1 avocado pit. I'll bet you didn't know you could juice avocado pits, and they are very difficult to shred. And of course, here I have carrots. So let's make some juice. As usual, I'm going to plug in my thermometer and start with 3 ice cubes to cool down the feed tube in the cutter. And I'm going to start with some dandelion greens. So I'm going to put in 3 more ice cubes. It's also a good idea to clean the grid frequently when you're doing greens, because they will clog up your grid. Stems and all. Then I'm going to do 1 beet. Three more ice cubes. Next I'm going to do the avocado pit. Now the avocado pit is very dense, so you have to go very slowly. Wow, that did a great job on the avocado pit. Very impressed. Ginger. Now we'll do some parsley. Parsley next. Stem it in first. Of my parsley. One cucumber. Some more turmeric. And garlic. Temperature's getting up there. Then we'll start with collard greens. Fold it in half, roll it into a tube, and feed in the stem end in first. Just like a hot knife through butter. Fold your leaf in half, roll it into a tube, feed the stem end in first. More collard greens. This time I'm going to put 2 leaves through. Fold it in half, roll it into a tube, put the stem end in first. Very, very good performance. The last of my collard greens, roll it into a tube, stem end in first. After you feed in your first 2 carrots, clean the grid because we just finished greens, and greens are very fibrous. So we'll do the rest of our carrots, and then we'll make some juice. The rest of our turmeric. One thing I'm noticing with the Zero Blowback cutter is the pulp is shred much better than with the ordinary cutter. So let's shred some more carrots. The Zero Blowback cutter is doing an excellent job on greens and an even better job on carrots, and shredding the carrots and the greens much better. So I think we're going to call this the Zero Blowback Maxi Shredder cutter. Now I've shredded my last carrot, so I want to remind you there's always a plug left in here, so put some pulp in and push that last plug through, and then we'll make some juice. Now I'm going to clean my grid, my cutter and feed tube, and mix my produce and make some juice. Next, you mix the carrots with the greens. Whenever there's carrots in your mix, you do not need to use a bamboo liner. And you rotate your bowl in both directions. You get a better mix that way. Next, we'll put some pulp in the cloths for my less work 6-cloth method. 3 scoops. Fold it into thirds. I'm going to set that aside and press 2 cloths full at once. Get better pressure with 2 cloths. The first 2 cloths go in the press, centered left to right, centered front to back. That's very important. All the way back, back it off a little bit. Turn on the machine and continue filling cloths with pulp. Okay, 2 more cloths in the tray, centered left to right, centered front to back. That's very important. And we're going to take the spent pulp. First of all, we'll advance it all the way, back it off a little. We're not going to throw away that pulp. What I'm going to do is mix the dry pulp with that puddle of juice, and then put in 2 more scoops on top of the old pulp. You're on your last cloth again, advance that all the way. 2 more scoops of pulp on top of the old pulp. Do not throw away your pulp, not until the very last, because I'm going to show you how you can get 10% more juice using the Whole Health Foundation Premium Model Juicer. So this goes forward, that goes over. The spent cloths go on top, and because this is full, we're going to put it into bottles. And I'm going to set the tray back so it doesn't drip on my countertop. But not a little bit. Set it back a lot. I can't tell you how many people have set it back just a tiny bit and they've damaged your juice tray. So make it very obvious, and now let's fill up some bottles. I'm going to fill this from the back side so we get a better camera angle so you can see what I'm doing. And let's make some more juice. When you're on your last cloth, advance that all the way. I'm going to get a spatula, get all this precious pulp. Clean that later. Plug that into a tight package. This goes forward, that goes over, the spent pulp goes on top. Again, centered left to right, front to back. All what I'm doing here is I'm forming the spent pulp into a tight package because I'm going to demonstrate how you can get over 10% more juice using a Whole Health Foundation Premium Model Juicer that has the premium parts. Premium parts that have a lifetime warranty, by the way. Now look at my folding technique to minimize slippage. We'll do that in both directions. Fold this under. Flatten that. Pull this forward, so put that over. Now as you can see, I formed the spent pulp into 6 double packets, and I'm going to show you how we can get over 10% more juice from the spent pulp. Now centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, and when I get juice flow I'm going to back that off. You do not want this to go up too fast. Pay attention, advance it all the way. So far 6 ounces. Now with the premium bottom plate you can leave your press up 5-10 minutes if you want to. Generally I leave it up until the steady flow becomes drops. Looks like about 13-14 ounces of juice. We could get more, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to pour this in here and put it into bottles. With today's juice I got 9 bottles of juice. Remember, one of these bottles was the extra, more than 10%, because we actually got 4 ounces more, so we got 17 ounces of juice plus enough for a taste test. So let's do a taste test. Alright, we'll do a taste test now. And remember, this is mostly dandelion and parsley. Delicious as usual. I can definitely taste the parsley and the dandelion. Dandelion tends to make a juice a little more bitter, and that's an indication that there are a lot of minerals in your juice that are very good for your body. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. I hope you like what you've seen in this stress test for the new Zero Blowback Maxi Shredder cutter. And if you do, please tell a friend, and I'll see you in the next video. Delicious. I always love fresh pressed juice. Here's to your health.